Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, grade 5. Here it's a general revision on topic 8. So it will be inshallah, it's lesson 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So let's start by lesson 3, which is number 1, 12 multiplied by 2 out of 3. Don't forget that before we multiply, we must simplify. So here we have 3. 3 divided by 3 equals 1. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. And multiply 4 multiplied by 2 equals 8, and that's it. Number 2, 10 multiplied by 7 out of 2. So before we multiply, we must simplify. 2 divided by 2 equals 1. 10 divided by 2 equals 5. And multiply 5 by 7 is equal to 35. 5 out of 2 multiplied by 3. 5 divided by 2 multiplied by 3. Before we multiply, we must simplify. But here we have 3 and 2. It's in the simplest form, and we can't divide any one of them. So 5 multiplied by 3 equals 15. 2 multiplied by 1. Why it's 1, Mr. As it's a whole number, and the denominator of it equals 1. 2 multiplied by 1 equals 2. So 15 divided by 2 equals, write it as a mixed fraction to be in the safe side. So 15 divided by 2 equals 7. Why it's 7? 7 multiplied by 2 equals 14, and the remainder will be 1. So 7 and a half. Here is the idea of lesson 3, and that's it. Lesson 4. Up multiplied by up, down multiplied by down. And before we multiply, we must simplify. Again, up multiplied by up, down multiplied by down, and before we multiply, we must simplify. Here, can we simplify 2 and 5? No. 7 and 3? No. Khalas. So multiply. 5 multiplied by 3 equals 15. 7 multiplied by 2 equals 14. Can we write it as a mixed fraction? Yeah, we can write it. So it will be 1, and the remainder of 15, it will be 1 here out of 14, and that's it. Next, in number 2, 10 divided by 4 of means multiplication. So of 3 out of 5, try to simplify. So 5 divided by 5 equals 1, and 10 divided by 5 equals 2. Can we simplify more? Yeah, we can, as we have 2 and 4. 2 divided by 2 equals 1, and 4 divided by 2 equals 2. Then multiply 1 up, the simplest one, 1 divided by 2 of, I said, means multiplication, and 3 out of 1. Multiply up by up, down by down. 1 multiplied by 3 equals 3. 2 multiplied by 1 equals 1. I need to write it as a mixed fraction. 3 divided by 2, it will be 1 and a half. That's it. No more. And number 3. Here, 0.3. So what should we do? 0.3 means 3 out of 10. Good. Of means multiplication. 2 out of 7. Can we simplify? Yeah, we can. 2 divided by 2 equals 1. And here 10 divided by 2 equals 5. And multiply. 3 multiplied by 1 equals 3. 5 multiplied by 7 is equal to 35. Can we write it as mixed fraction? No, yeah, mister, we can't. Why we can't? As the numerator less than the denominator. So here is the simplest form. Here's the whole idea of lesson 4. Let's go to lesson 5. In lesson 5, 3 out of 7 plus 5 out of 7 multiplied by 5 out of 3. The first step, you must start by the brackets. We have 3 out of 7 plus 5 out of 7. So we add firstly. Here's the same denominator, which is 7. 3 plus 5 equals 8. Multiplied by 5 out of 3. And multiply. Before we multiply, we must simplify. Can we simplify? No. 7 and 5. 3 and 8, 8 and 7, 5 and 3. So it's the simplest form. When we multiply, 8 multiplied by 5 equals 40, divided by 7 multiplied by 3 equals 21. But I need to write it as a mixed fraction. So 21, it will be 1. And the remainder, when you subtract 40 minus 21, it will be 19 divided by 21. And that's it. In number 2, we have 10 out of 9 minus 2 out of 3. We have a problem here. What's the problem? We have 3 and 9. Can we subtract or add? No, we can't. Why, mister, we can't? You must have the same denominator. So we have 9 here, but we have 3. So change 3 into 9. So what should we do? Yes, excellent. We multiply here by 3, multiply here by 3. That's it. So 10 out of 9 minus 2 multiplied by 3 equals 6. 3 multiplied by 3 equals 9. Now can we subtract? Yeah, as 9 and 9. Multiply by half. Subtract 10 out of 9 minus 6 out of 9. It will be 4 out of 9. Why, mister? The same denominator, and 10 minus 6 equals 4. Multiply by half. Before we multiply, we must simplify. 2 divided by 2 equals 1. 4 divided by 2 equals 2. Multiply. 2 multiplied by 1 equals 2. 9 multiplied by 1 equals 9. But write it as a mixed fraction. Yes, excellent. We can't write it as a mixed fraction as we have 2 and 9 and numerator less than the denominator. Okay, let's complete. Here in lesson 6, the whole idea of lesson 6, how can you find the area? If the area of rectangle or square. So if it's rectangle is equal to length multiplied by width. If it's a square, side length multiplied by side length, which is S. Or you can say S multiplied by S. So, in number 1, find the area of rectangle in which length equal to 5 and width equals 3 centimeters. So, area of rectangle equals L multiplied by W. L, which is 5, multiplied by W, which is 3. 5 multiplied by 3 equals 15. It's only, no, you have a big mistake. 15 you must put centimeter power 2 as its unit of area. So if you have 15 centimeter power 2, or only 15, you must take 15 centimeter power 2 as its area. If it's a square, so area of square is equal to S multiplied by S. 7 multiplied by 7 is equal to 49 inch square. You must write square. If it's a square, we can write it as we have 2 or a small 2 up, or you can write it 15 centimeter SQ. Both of them is correct. In lesson 7, 2 and 3 out of 2 multiplied by 1.5. The idea here, multiply down, add up. Multiply down, add up. Multiply down, add up. So 2 multiplied by 2 equals 4 plus 3 equals 7 out of 2. Sorry, yeah. So it's 7 out of 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1 equals 2 plus 1 equals 3 out of 2. Before we multiply, we must simplify. 3 and 2, no. 7 and 2, no. 7 and 2, no. 3 and 2, so it's in the first or the simplest form, multiply up by up, down by down. 7 multiplied by 3, 21. 2 multiplied by 2 equals 4. 21 divided by 4 equals 5. And the remainder here, 5 multiplied by 4 equals 20. Remainder, it will be 1 and 4. That's it. And number 2, 5.5. So multiply down, add up. It will be 11 out of 2. Good. And multiply. 3 multiplied by 5 equals 15 plus 1, 16 out of 5. Don't forget that. Before we multiply, we must simplify. So 16 divided by 2 equals 8. And multiply up. 8 multiplied by 11 equals 88. Divided by 1 multiplied by 5 equals 5. Here, I need to know the nearest one that we multiplied by 5 to get 88. So let's try 16. 16, no, as 16 equals 80. So 17, good. So 17, when we multiply 17, it will be 85. So the remainder will be 3 out of 5. Here in number 3, we have 1 out of 6 plus 2 and 1 out of 6 multiplied by 1 and out of 4 minus 1 out of 4. So here the brackets multiplied by the second brackets. Add, multiply, subtract. So we add here 1 out of 6 plus 2 and 1 out of 6 multiply 13 out of 6. Here is the first bracket, multiply, and 1 out of 4 minus 1 out of 4. We can't also, as it's a mixed fraction and the whole number. So 5 out of 4, as we said, multiply down and add up. 4 multiplied by 1 equals 4 plus 1 equals 5 out of 4 minus 1 out of 4. Good, good. Here can we add? Yeah. 1 plus 13 equals 14 divided by 6. Multiply and subtract. You must subtract as it's a bracket. So 5 out of 4 minus 1 out of 4, it will be 4 out of 4, which is 1. 5 out of 4 minus 1 out of 4. So 5 minus 1 equals 4 divided by 4. 4 divided by 4 equals 1. So 2 steps in only 1 step. Multiply. 14 divided by 6 equals 1. Can we write it as a mixed fraction? Yeah, we can. So it will be 2 and 2 out of 6. Can we make it, or we put it in the simplest form, Memorial Mister? Yeah, we can, as we have 2 here. 2 divided by 2 equals 1. 6 divided by 2 equals 3. So the answer will be 2 and 1 out of 3. If you put it 2 and 2 out of 6, it's right. 2 and 1 out of 3, both of them is correct. In lesson 8, here we have 2 and half multiplied by half multiplied by half. Cancel the repeated. Half and half. 2 and half, it's greater, less, or equal to 1. Here 2 and half greater than 1. That's it, no more. 7 out of 2, cancel 7 out of 2. 5 out of 5, it's greater, less, or equal. It's equal to 1, خلاص, it's equal. Here, cancel, cancel. 1 out of 4, it's less than 1, greater than 1, is equal to 1. 1 out of 4, less than 1. So we put the sign of less than. Here is the general revision of topic 8. And inshallah next, it will be topic 9. Goodbye, have a nice day.